Hello writers, I'm just going to jump right into this video today. Today we're talking about the three-part thesis statement. One of the most important things to remember about the three-part thesis statement is that it's actually going to have 4 parts. So what you're going to have first is your argument or your assessment, which is like right here. And then you have your 3 supporting points. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to make an argument or an assessment. We want to take some sort of stance. A thesis statement should never be just a statement of fact. It shouldn't be that Coke tastes less sweet, has an iconic can design, and is fizzier. Just making, statements. You want to take a stance in your thesis statement or make some sort of larger point and then support it. Depending on the type of essay, you may not be wanting to write an argument, but you're still going to want to make some sort of assessment, make a point, and then support that point. So if you're writing, say, a literature paper or a paper in, any of the other subjects that you may be taking in school, depending on the assignment, you might not want to take like some sort of stance like this is better than that, or, comparing something. You might just want to make a larger point, this is what, Gilgamesh meant or something like that. Something that's not really an argument, but you have to make this first point that you will then, with your 3 points in the 3-point thesis statement, support. So then after that, you want to make 3 separate points. So here I just used, and this is the example I just always use so that you guys don't get caught up on my example or my argument and, just kind of focus on the writing, which is the important thing. So Coke is better than Pepsi. That's our argument or our assessment. And then our 3 points are Coke is fizzier, tastes less sweet, and has an iconic can design. So I made 3 completely separate points. These points could not be put in with each other because that's one of the problems that I come across a lot with the 3-part thesis statement is that maybe 2 of the points are actually making the same point and they're just kind of phrased differently. You want to make sure you avoid that. You want to make 3 separate points. If you can't, make 3 separate points. If you can't think of 3 separate, completely separate supporting points, you can't use your argument or assessment. You have to change your entire argument and thesis because you don't have a strong enough argument. You need 3 separate points. So really, it's not a hard thing. You're just saying, this is my stance. These are the 3 reasons why I believe this. As I just phrased that, I used first person. This is my stance. This is why I believe this. You never want to do that in your essays unless you are asked specifically for a personal narrative, which is not going to happen a whole lot. Now, you're going to have some teachers that maybe aren't going to give you a hard time if you use first or second person. But it is going to end up affecting your grade to at least some degree. It's going to make your writing look less academic, less scholarly. All academic writing should be in third person unless you're specifically asked for, say, an instructional essay or a first-person narrative, personal narrative, something like that. Unless you are asked to write a first or second-person essay, it all should default to third person. What this means is no, I, me, my, you, your, us, we, let's. Let us. I know this is a little bit off topic, and I really wanted to keep this one on topic, but it isn't off topic in the fact that all of the 3-part thesis statements that I see in this class, I want to be in third person, and every essay should be in third person. So please remember this. So in your head, you're going to think, all right, I think Coke is better than Pepsi because I believe it tastes less sweet. But on your paper, you don't want to use any of those words. So remember, we have our assessment and then the supporting points here. One way that I like to put this is imagine that you are going to have dinner with a friend and, they want Chinese and you want pizza. And you're going to say, well, I want pizza because, so you've made your assessment or your argument, because pizza is cheaper, pizza is going to be more palatable to the larger degree of people, and we can have the pizza delivered. So it doesn't matter what your points are. It just matters that you have 3 of them. And, it's really, it's a common technique that we use, and 3 points is really a good way to kind of drive home and support a point. So if you have any questions, I am always here. If you're not in one of my classes, then you can leave a comment on the YouTube video. If you're in my class, then ask me the questions in the class. But remember, all assignments that are Dropbox assignments or however they're submitted at your university, put your MLA heading. Unless you're using APA, then use your APA title page. But you always want to have your information on the paper or on the assignment, especially any assignment that's uploaded into the class. If you think of Beyonce, if you like it, then you better put a ring on it. If you wrote it, then you better put your name on it. So just remember to put your name on everything. Assessment, 3 points.